Imagine living in a world where beauty is not admired but measured, where it is not celebrated but evaluated like livestock at a market. In certain periods of imperial history, appearance was more than social advantage. It was leverage. It was currency. And for those born with it, life often unfolded along a path they never chose. You are born far from the capital, in a rural settlement where survival is a daily negotiation with hunger and weather. Your home is small, built from wood that creaks in the wind. The air smells of ash and boiled grain. Silk is a rumor. Gold is a myth. Your parents do not dream of ambition. They dream of endurance. When winter arrives early, it arrives without mercy. Crops fail. Work disappears. Illness spreads quietly. One child in your family does not survive the cold. Grief becomes something that cannot be afforded for long. It is during this time that a visitor appears. He arrives clean, well-fed, calm. His robes are unwrinkled by worry. He speaks politely as if he is offering help rather than opportunity. He does not insult or threaten. He simply observes. His attention lingers on you. He studies your face, the symmetry, the softness untouched by labor. He lifts your chin briefly, not unkindly but without permission. His assessment is swift, efficient. A small bag of coins is placed on the table. The sound it makes is quiet, but it carries extraordinary weight. No one speaks of what comes next. It is understood. Hunger has already decided. You are told you will have food, shelter, a future. You leave without ceremony, walking beside someone you do not know, toward a destination no one describes honestly. The city is overwhelming. Walls rise higher than anything you imagined. Lanterns glow through fog. The streets hum with life and secrecy. This is the heart of the empire, a place where everything is visible and nothing is explained. You are brought to a compound known publicly as a cultural pavilion, a place associated with music, poetry, refinement, a place spoken of fondly by those who have never lived inside its walls. The gates close behind you. Your name is taken first. Names imply history, family, continuity. Inside these institutions, identity complicates ownership. You are assigned something ornamental instead, a flower, a season, a number, something beautiful, something replaceable. Days begin before sunrise. The schedule is rigid, predictable, exhausting. Training is not about talent, it is about submission. You are taught how to stand, how to move, how to lower your gaze. Posture is corrected repeatedly, not to make you graceful, but to make disobedience physically uncomfortable. Voice lessons demand consistency over authenticity. Your speech must soothe, your singing must please. Food is carefully controlled. Meals are designed not to nourish strength, but to preserve a specific appearance. Pale skin, soft features, fragility mistaken for elegance. Every aspect of your existence is calibrated. No one explains why. The rules are enforced without justification. Understanding is unnecessary. Compliance is everything. You quickly learn that survival depends on reading people, anticipating moods, avoiding attention when possible, attracting it when required. Gratitude is expected at all times, not because you are treated kindly, but because resistance is considered ingratitude. The patrons arrive after sunset. They wear authority comfortably. Titles follow them like shadows. Inside the pavilion, they are not judged. They are catered to, entertained, reassured. You are presented as part of that reassurance. What happens is rarely discussed openly, even among those who live through it. Silence is not enforced loudly. It is cultivated. You learn which memories are safer to forget. Time loses its familiar structure. Nights blur together. Days are spent resting, rehearsing, waiting. Waiting becomes the defining activity of your life. Youth, you learn, is the most valuable trait you possess and the least stable. New arrivals appear regularly, younger, watched closely. The same eyes that once followed you now drift towards someone else. Favor shifts quietly. There is no announcement, no explanation. Those who lose relevance fade quickly. Some are reassigned to service roles within the same institutions that shaped them. Others are transferred elsewhere, to places spoken of vaguely. A few are simply gone one morning, their absence treated as administrative necessity. To endure, people find ways to numb themselves. Routine becomes comfort, detachment becomes protection. Some are introduced to substances that dull pain and blur memory. Dependence is tolerated, even encouraged. A dependent person does not plan escape. Years pass, marked not by celebration, but by subtle changes in treatment. Compliments become less frequent, invitations slow, attention thins. You study your reflection in polished bronze, searching for the child you once were. That child feels distant, almost fictional. In their place stands someone shaped by expectation, trained to exist for others. Outside the pavilion, the world continues without acknowledging you. Society celebrates elegance while refusing to examine its cost. The illusion is preserved through art, poetry, and selective memory. These institutions are framed as cultural treasures, not mechanisms of control. As age begins to show, reality tightens. There is no official path forward, no reintegration. Skills learned here rarely translate beyond these walls. Those who leave carry stigma that follows them relentlessly. They are tolerated, not welcomed. Some manage to save small sums over the years, hidden carefully, quietly. Enough sometimes to buy distance, not freedom. Distance, many do not. Looking back, the transaction that shaped everything feels impossibly small. A pouch of coins exchanged during a desperate winter. A decision made under pressure, not cruelty. Yet its consequences echo across an entire lifetime. This is not the story of individual monsters. It is the story of a system, one that converted human beings into commodities while cloaking itself in refinement and tradition. Empires are often remembered for their beauty, their architecture, their culture, less often for the lives quietly consumed to maintain that image. Countless stories like this were never recorded, not because they lacked significance, but because history tends to preserve what is comfortable, not what is true. What remains are fragments, silences, and the understanding that in certain times and places, beauty was not a gift. It was something you survived, if you were lucky.